Alright, this is my 250 subscriber video, and I'm going to do an updated console collection, show off my handhelds, and probably ramble a lot, but you should be used to that anyway if you've seen any of my videos. Up here is slim PS2, regular PS2. The regular PS2 is equipped with a 40GB hard drive, but the lens in this thing's a piece of crap and won't read the copy of Resident Evil 2 that I have, or any other PS1 games for that matter, or any dual layered PS2 games, so I need to open this bad boy up and tweak it, or in all likelihood just find a really cheap fat PS2 that does work. But once I do that, I'm going to put the bootloader on there, which I have to save on this memory card thanks to an awesome YouTuber. I hope he's enjoying the Ethernet modem I sold him as well. This is my slim PS1 with the LCD screen. This is the PS1 I had back in the day. This GameCube I got with the what was it? The Zelda Collector's Disc for $100. Then later that Christmas I got the Game Boy Player. I bought this GameCube just so I could play the Twin Snakes because I'm a Metal Gear fanatic. Here's my N64 and Bomberman Heroes in there. This is my Nintendo Wii with some awesome Transformer figures. This GameCube does have the broadband adapter. Someday I'm going to link it up with another GameCube and play some Mario Kart Double Dash. This is my Dreamcast. It has the broadband modem, which someday hopefully I'll get some use out of. This is my Super Nintendo, and that is the X-band modem for it, which I bought on a whim just to have an interesting collector's piece. It needs a game in it to boot up, so I was playing with that earlier today. This is my Sega Saturn, and I'm in the process of making it the greatest Sega Saturn ever. I have the keyboard adapter in it. It's got a Japanese memory card, you can't really see it, and it also has the video CD card, which will let you play video CDs, but I need to put a region switch in there first because it'll only play it if it's in the Japan region mode. Down here is my TurboGrafx 16 with Turbo Booster. Wish it was a Turbo Booster Plus because saving games would be awesome. This is my Sega Genesis, Sega CD, and Sega 32X. Love this game. And down here's my Master System with Ghouls and Ghosts. This is my top-loading Nintendo. I got it for $10 at a party. Came with Blaster Master. Or Master Blaster. I always get it confused. I have no idea which one it is. This is my regular Nintendo, which I put a new 72-pin connector in, so the game has to be in like that to play it. Just beat Zelda 2 the other day. One of my favorite games. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. There's some Zelda mints. Down there's my FC10 Panasonic 3DO. There's my DVD recorder. There's my new Model 2 Super Nintendo. And it's sitting on top of the black PS1 that I'm going to put a Foxhound logo on. Over there's my PlayStation 3, which is not the same PlayStation 3 as my last collection video because that one died. So now when it's not in use or being featured in a video, I keep a towel on it to keep dust out of it. But I removed the towel because I'm filming. Down here's my Xbox, my unmodded one, my vanilla Xbox. Here is my Pioneer Laserdisc player. Tucked away in here are some extra Sega Saturns, spare Genesis, spare 3DO, spare Netlink modem. I like spares. These are all pictures of strangers. I don't know these people. My friend finds pictures and would give them to me and said you should hang these up. So that's why I have pictures of all these random people. I like to tell people that's my son Tobias and that we don't talk. And a lot of people believe that, especially now that I'm old enough to have kids. There's my Commodore 64, Atari 800XL, Sega CDX. There's my totally sweet painted up Sega Genesis. I've got like, I don't know, 3 Sega Genesis that I'm going to paint like that and sell on eBay. So eventually when I stop being lazy, you could own one of these and it would be the most amazing addition to anyone's video game collection. There's my spare N64, which when I got it was fucked up, so I decided to paint it. That experiment went well. There's my Model 1 Genesis with power base converter. And it's got the little cartridge thing so you can play the card games or use the 3D goggles. Here's some crap I painted gold. It's a Nintendo game, Super Nintendo game. I'm going to paint a copy or 2 of Link to the Past gold. So I wanted to test out how well it would work. And the masking tape fucked up the label a little bit, but I went out and got some of the some different painter's tape that's got low tack, so it won't fuck it up, hopefully. This is a non-working N64. I don't really know what's wrong with it. The power supply was good. It's the one that I use. This needs another coat of paint, but I'm selling just the case. If you're interested in the case, throw some numbers at me. Let me know what you want to pay for it, and I'll, see what I can do. If you want the guts, you can have them, but I'm probably not going to go out of my way to screw it all back together. So, that's up to you. And here's all my handhelds. If I wasn't lazy, I would have slapped some batteries in these and had them all running different games, but there's my original 1989 Game Boy that I fixed and love dearly because I've had that thing forever. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If I wasn't lazy, I'd have them all running. But yeah, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, SP. Yeah. Let's see, DS, Neo Geo Pocket Color, Wonder Swan Color, Gamecom. Usually I find something to love about every game system, but I have nothing nice to say about this thing. It's awful. I got it complete in box for 20 bucks with 2 games, and I feel a little cheated, but it's nice to have in the collection. PSP 3000 with monkey head, and PSP 1000 with no monkey head. Let's see, in here is my box of spares, which I brought from the storage room. And in here we have a purple GameCube, 2 Dreamcasts, there's 3 PS1s down in there, and 2 regular Nintendos that really need new 72-pin connectors. Check in on Tetris, just lost. Here's my Atari 7800, Galaga, which I keep in there at all times because I fucking love Galaga. And over here, again under a towel, but I did not have the foresight to remove this one. Here's my Neo Geo AES. Love that bad boy. Here's that case I got recently. It's got all my loose carts and a couple loose Master System games. Let's put bad boy back up. There is my payphone, which is not a part of my video game collection, but amazing nonetheless. Down there in the box still is my Action Max, which I don't even have a VCR to play any games, and my brother can't find the tapes, and I'm not eBaying them, but someday I'll show that bad boy off in action. Let's see, here's one of those storage bins with all my controllers and wires and hookup crap. Down here is my Atari Jaguar. Last and certainly not least is my Pioneer Laser Active, which I use all the time to play awesome Genesis games like Battletoads and Double Dragons. And on top of it, which you can barely see in the dark, is my second Xbox, which I'm going to soft mod eventually. Hopefully. Let's see. Ooh. real quick. Only got a couple of minutes before the battery in my camera dies. All my complete Saturn games, which all the cases are in really good condition because I've cannibalized most of them. Here are some Sega CD games, 3DO games, some more Saturn games in the regular jewel case, my real Dreamcast games. I say real because these two spindles are loaded up with Saturn and Dreamcast and Sega CD and 3DO games. Continuing on, here are some Genesis games, some Master System games, some crap that wouldn't fit anywhere else, so I stuck them down here. Some more Genesis, all my DS games, TurboGrafx 16 games complete, some Nintendo and Super Nintendo games that won't fit nowhere, 32X games, PSP games, complete 32X games, a few more Master System games, GameCube, PS2, PS1. I really want to review Tiny Tank. I love that game. It's got a few flaws from being old, but overall the game is fucking outstanding. My two loose AES cartridges, my loose TurboGrafx games, Wii games, odds and ends that wouldn't fit anywhere else, more odds and ends that wouldn't fit anywhere else. These are the Atari games I actually keep out to play. For the life of me, I cannot get into 2600 games. Sorry, but I just can't do it. I can play 7800 games though. Here's my PlayStation 3 titles. A lot of awesome shit there. My N64 games. PS2. Bunch of Nintendo. Super Nintendo. And Super Game Boy and Super Game Boy 2 from Japan. Bottom row is DVDs. Oh, and over here I got my Xbox games, some Dragon Ball Z dudes. If you watched my review of RoboCop vs. Terminator, I told you that I keep this box out on display because it's amazing.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Here is my robot.
My sensors indicate an intruder is present.
He lets me know when intruders are present, which is, you know, useful. I don't like intruders, and whenever that can be brought to my attention is a good thing. Some shelves I built to store my epic DVD collection. Bunch of fucking DVDs. I'm working on completing the Dragon Ball crap. Also working on completing the Dragon Ball comics too. Bunch of Transformers. Transformers are sweet. Badass PlayStation clock. It's pretty sweet. Some boxes and shit. There's my Netlink keyboard adapter. Box for my Dreamcast broadband modem. Complete copy of Zelda. The box for the video card for my, what is it, Sega Saturn. Power base converter. Oh, all my AES games that are complete. And behind that globe is Donkey Konga Kongos. And a Mario. And a TIE Fighter. And also a hubcap. So that is my dank pit of despair. It's pretty dank when you got a 4-foot tall beer bottle full of smaller, lesser bottles. But, you know, it's pretty badass. I call it home. Zelda Wall Scroll, Shinobi calendar from 2003. And that's it. That's everything. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for subscribing. Without you, I wouldn't have a 250 subscriber special. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you all. Have a good night.